All right. I still haven't rebranded yet. My bad, guys. I was just like getting all my other stuff in life in order with my days off. So big thing right now. I decided that I'm gonna start low bar squatting again. I was really working on my form and stuff, trying to see the best way just to like stop with the if I usually have wrist pain or shoulder pain when I'm doing this. And I've been workshopping like ways to try to stop having wrist and shoulder pain, different widths of my grip, like having my hands further apart or having my wrists in a like less curled position, less flex, just have like my wrist straight. Not putting my thumb under the bar and just having them like all five fingers go over the bar. I'm sure I can describe it better if I just showed you guys. But the point I'm trying to make is I was trying to learn how to low bar squat because you can do more weights when you low bar squat as opposed to high bar squat. And it also it hits the glutes a lot better than the high bar squat does. You get a lot more hip flexion. So for those reasons, I've been like trying to learn the low bar squat, and then a month ago, I just quit. I kept on having wrist pain and shoulder pain, and I wasn't able to do as much as my high bar squats because it just felt really uncomfortable having like the bar against me like that. So I eventually just quit, and I probably shouldn't have. So I was doing like a hang cleans on my pull days. And I was like, oh, hang cleans can kind of count as a squat because you catch it in the bottom position and you go up. It's kind of like a front squat. And I decided, no, that's not good enough. That's not like a real squat. So I've decided that I'm going to start trying to low bar squat again on my pull days. Trying to get that, the glutes, glute activated. And I feel like, I don't know, if I just keep trying, I'll eventually figure out my wrist positioning. It was difficult today when I was doing it. I moved up to like 225. I was doing it and it felt okay. It didn't feel great or anything, but it felt okay. So I just said, okay, let me try to do 135. I put the weight down. I was like, all right, I'm going to do 135 and I'm going to do like 15, 20 reps. And I was doing them and it felt really uncomfortable after like 5 reps. So I just racked it. And then I moved on to the next exercise, which, probably wasn't the best idea. I probably should have just thugged it out and got at it again with just try again. New set, try to figure it out. But the movement part of the low bar squat's good. Like you can see the bar moves in a very like straight fashion. Moves very it goes straight up and down pretty much. I understand the movement. It's just the grip. The grip has been really difficult for me. And I don't know. I just got to keep playing around, I think, with different like moving my hands closer together. Although I think having my hands closer together is like what causes a lot of pain. I don't know. And with this rack, having my wrists like further apart is it's kind of impossible at a certain I can only put them so far apart before when I re-rack it gets like kind of difficult. I don't know. It gets like kind of not dangerous, but like my hand gets really close to the J hooks. And I feel like if I had a lot of weight on my back, that I would just like I would jam my finger. I've actually heard of people hurting their hands that way, breaking fingers that way. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do, how to best go about it. So yeah, but I am gonna continue to do low bar squats. I feel like it's just too good of an exercise to just give up on. Anyway, so then I did a bunch of pull-ups. These are the the progressions, pyramids, something like that. Moving all the way up to 5. So I did 4 sets leading up to 5 reps. I explained it earlier, but I'll explain it again really quickly. You just start by doing 1 rep, and then you do 2 reps, then you do 3 reps, 4 reps, and then I go all the way up to 5 at this point. And then that's 1 set. Once you do 5 reps, that's 1 set, and I did 4 sets of those. I felt pretty good. I actually feel like my form was probably the best it's ever been on this, which is great because I've been getting like a lot stronger. It's nice to see that like progressive overload, because I was really stuck up on like the amount of pull-ups that I do. I was like, if I don't do these many pull-ups, like, this is terrible. And now I've kind of came to the realization that it's not so much about, like, even if I'm not progressing the amount of pull-ups that I do, the fact that I'm like getting better form shows that I am still making progress. But yeah, I mean, it's still, the goal is still to do more pull-ups. I'm trying to do like 20, and I think I'm stuck at about, did I do 14 last time? I think I did 13 or 14 like 3 days ago. I did like 3 sets of max pull-ups, and on the first set, I believe I did like 13 or 14. So that's good. That's more than it was before. And the fact I gained a lot of weight, so the amount of pull-ups, the fact that I was able to increase the amount of pull-ups I was able to do while also gaining weight, it means a lot. And on these pull-ups, I was really focusing on getting all the way down, trying to get like that full elbow extension at the bottom of the rep. And I was able to achieve it. There's only like maybe like 3 or 4. There's only been a few of those reps that I actually consider to be poor form. Like all of them, I felt like were really good, that I got all the way down and all the way back up. So I felt really good about myself today, especially with these pull-ups. A couple of these pull-ups, I felt like I was gliding. I felt like I could have done one of those muscle-ups. I've seen like some calisthenic people, and they just do like, I wouldn't even call it it's kind of like a muscle-up, but they do it like so quickly and so much force at the bottom of the rep that they like catch themselves. Like they go and they put like their belly button against the pull-up bar. That's how high up they go. And on a couple of those reps, I felt like I obviously wasn't going up with that much acceleration, but it felt like I was like flying up there. So I felt really good about that today. My pull-ups have gotten a lot better. So in that sense, I'm like really happy about it. So yeah, there's a few of those reps that look really good. What else did I do? Oh, a lot of back extensions as well. I've noticed, like, as far when I'm doing squats, probably the biggest thing that like the first thing that fails, it's not so much like at the bottom of the rep that I'm super uncomfortable. I mean, I am, because that's where like all the force is. But it's my back. So I did some back extensions with the 25-pound vest. That was nice, but it has a lot to do with like core stability. Like the spinal erector muscle it's a part of the core. But since it's not like your six pack, people don't really like consider, like people only really think about the six pack when they're talking about core exercises. But that spinal erector muscle, I think, is probably like one of the bigger muscles I have to work on when it comes to my squat, because I'm like bending forward when I have like really heavy squats. Those like 505s that I was doing with 295. No, I did 504 with 295. And what I noticed is that I was doing high bar squats, but my back was bent over like it was a low bar squat. So I think working on the spinal erector muscle will be probably really beneficial as I like try to hit that 405. So yeah, here you can see me going for it. I have a 25-pound vest on my back, and I think my form got a little bit better over time as I was doing these. Like, I was trying to, I should have, like, slowed down my descents even more than I did on, like, my first rep. By the time I did my third set, I felt like I was doing it a little bit better. But I feel like my spinal erector muscle has gotten a lot stronger too, because I was doing these sets, and the first set I didn't really feel that much until I got to like maybe rep number 18, 19, 20. Like, that's when I really started feeling the burn. And that's nice, because when I was doing these 3-4 months ago, it was difficult for me, even just doing it with the body weight. So my back has been making like a lot of progress, which is nice. So I feel like the spinal erector has been really, really important for me. Just trying to keep my like chest upright during those squats, especially with those heavy weights. It's been really, it's been tough. That's like the first muscle that fails for me when I'm doing them. Yeah. Anyway, I did some other stuff too. I did some like bicep work. And I did some bent over rows. I'm probably not even gonna, I might add a couple of those sets in there at the end, show you them, but I think I'm just gonna end the commentary at this point. Yeah, I still need to do the rebrand. I gotta get some software. I've been lacking on that. I've just been focusing on other aspects of my life, trying to improve those. That was the first thing that I wanted to do. I said I was gonna do like pick up a bunch of shifts at work. I haven't done that yet. I will, but I just want to. There's like a lot that I got to do. I did a lot of cleaning today, so that was nice. Cleaned up my car. Yeah, my car looked terrible. And I also like cleaned up my laptop, both like the memory. Like I was cleared out a lot of like old files, especially from the class. There's a couple different classes that I taking, and I have like all these files on my laptop that I just like organized. My like your home screen on your laptop, it was just like filled with files. That's it was just taking up a lot of space. On my desktop, so my laptop. So I was like cleaning in that sense too, and then also like the actual laptop was dirty as well. I took the laptop case off and cleaned it. Cleaned up my bedroom. That's a big one. Put away all those clothes. So many. Clean up my car. I mentioned that. Vacuuming the car. God. It makes you feel so disgusting. Cleaning out your car. Cleaning out that dashboard. God. So yeah, I've been focusing on those aspects before I started working on the rebrand. But I do want to. I will probably do it tomorrow. I said I was going to pick up a shift tomorrow, but no, I'm just going to work on the other stuff. Oh, these bicep curls. These preacher curls, I looked back at my form and I realized that I'm kind of like my shoulders are a little bit too bent over. I should bring my shoulders back. So like the first set that I did, I was like really bent over on the actual like preacher curl. I'm not even sure what the preacher curl stand. And then by the third set, I realized, okay, let me like bring my shoulders back and try not to have so much movement, really try to have the biceps isolated. So yeah, just like small, like form. That's why I do like recording all these, it's not just good for the motivation and the regularity, like, the accountability aspect of it, like, oh, I have to work out today or I mess up the streak. It's also like, I can look back at my form and realize what I'm doing wrong. And also like keep track of it. So yeah, that's like that was like a good thing from today. Like I realized that my shoulders are too bent over. Like if you can see, like right now, you can see that I'm at the top of the rep. When the bar is like up against my shoulders, I'm like rocking backwards. I'm using momentum at the top of it. So on that last set, I took like a mental note and was really trying to stay still, not use any momentum at all, and just try to keep it as isolated as possible, just the biceps working. I mean, it's still a little bit of rocking back and forth, but I mean, it was my third set. I was a little bit tired at that point. It was what it was. Another thing about today, I wanted to do deadlifts or a hang clean, but at this point I was pretty exhausted. I'll do a deadlift. Definitely. Got to get that deadlift in. But I decided just doing like all this other work in the bent over row. That was good enough for me. As far as like and that's a complete enough workout. Especially with those low bar squats. So here's some bent over rows. It's not even heavy. It was just a 10-pounder, but I did it for 20 reps. And it did work, It definitely gave me a burn. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end that there. I think, I'll end the commentary here after this set. Yeah, it was okay doing it with the 10-pound. I was focusing on form. But if, looking back at this, I think I'm not controlling it enough on the way down. I should probably control that eccentric even more than I am in this clip. Yeah, I think like I'm spending like 1 or 2 seconds. Like it comes down in 1 or 2 seconds. It should be like 5 seconds on the eccentric. Anyway, that's all. Leg day tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do 295, 505. I did 504 last time. I'm gonna try to do 505 now. All right, that's all. Bye, guys.